中国格斗界最强的70公斤黑马终于横空出世，他公然点名挑战，直接飞往日本拳坛，喊话要让日本选手付出惨痛代价。此消息一经传出，日本拳坛顿时被吓得鸡飞狗跳，乱成一团。只要与他站在同一个擂台，基本上无人能够完整的打完一场比赛，哪怕是日本的踢拳王者站在他面前，都得退避三舍，最终也难逃被我们中国选手打得躺尸擂台的命运。从此日本拳坛更是人心惶惶，不得不将中国拳坛置于首要位置。他便是今天的主角，来自中国拳坛的实力黑马欧阳锋。相信屏幕前的各位兄弟对他并不陌生。自从欧阳锋出道以来，每次面对的都是各国实力强悍的顶尖选手，正因在逆境中不断成长，欧阳锋的实力才能如此迅猛提升，还拿下了16场比赛16次 KO 的恐怖战绩，甚至被评为实力最强的中国选手。然而大家都知道，拳击界向来不缺天才的横空出世，突然冒出了一位德国的顶级选手，身披9条金腰带霸气挑战，还拿下了日本拳坛300万的奖金，奉命来终结欧阳锋的连胜。来简单介绍一下这位披着9条金腰带的男人，他就是德国的拳坛大魔王帕斯卡。他在擂台上的表现极其恐怖惊人，不过在他眼中，中国选手的实力向来都被他视为不堪一击，并且在赛前他与日本媒体的采访中表示，既然拿到了300万的悬赏，那么他今天就必须让欧阳锋付出应有的代价。为了让更多中国拳迷能看到这场精彩的比赛，也希望屏幕前的各位兄弟能长按点赞3秒，小编在这里祝大家早日赚到100万。那么现在比赛正式开始，红色方是我们的中国选手欧阳锋，蓝色方则是德国的大魔王帕斯卡。虽说帕斯卡从他踏上职业擂台的那一天起，到现在还是第一次与中国选手同台作战，但他却从心底里认为中国功夫不堪一击。不过欧阳锋也发誓定要让他付出代价，毕竟中国的搏击早已不是当年那般。
Do so many different things with his opponents.
Outside leg from Feng. Counter right hand down the tube. Strut looking for the inside thigh. Outside leg kick from the German. Uppercut from Feng, a ripper on the inside. The corner of Strut called for the knee and he threw it. A man who listens to his crew. Good right hand from Feng.
Feng pushes a hell of a pace as we've seen in his previous matches. He's very good at mixing up low and powerful body and head shots with his right hand.
3-punch combination from Feng.
我们可以明显看到两个选手之间的体型存在着极大差距，特别是德国选手，其在身高臂展方面占据了显著优势，因而他并不愿与欧阳锋在近距离内围进行缠斗，而是企图通过腿法在中远距离与欧阳锋持续拉扯并消耗对方。然而欧阳锋既然登上了这个擂台，那他绝非是三流角色，他也十分清楚地知道对手的弱点所在，所以不断强化自身的移动步伐，试图朝对方的内围进行压制。
Saying bravo, Pascal. Uppercut off the lead hand from Feng. Harry's the kicking leg, not allowed to catch and counter the kicking leg under these K1 rules. Uppercut's a body shot from the Chinese fighter. Jab from Feng, edging forward. Digs away to the liver like he's digging for oil. Rocks the head back. Uppercut from Strut. Knee from Strut. Now the liver shot from Feng. Oh, body again. Tucks it under the right elbow. Drives the right hand down the center.
这场比赛对任何人而言，或许都会存在很大的心理压力。然而欧阳锋是自幼就接触搏击这项运动的选手，并且自从他踏上职业擂台的那一刻起，所接触的各类选手基本上都是外国的顶尖选手，所以9条金腰带的选手在他面前并未给他造成什么心理压力，反倒是对手在赛前扬言中国功夫不堪一击的时候，欧阳锋就已然决定要用自己的真实实力狠狠地给对方上一课。
Pascal went a little towards the groin, checks the low kick, fires it deep to the midsection. You see the project arm bounds around the biceps of Pascal and nod to his Muay Thai background. Traditionally, when Thai men used to go off to war, their wives would tear a piece of their clothing off and wrap it around the arms of their husbands to give them good luck in battle. Mothers would do the same to their sons. That's where the project armband comes from. Right hand, smack bang on the bell.
比赛现在来到第2回合，从首回合来看，欧阳锋的大多数动作都是以试探为主，但他势必会改变战术打法，毕竟在这样试探下去，自己的点数或许真的要拱手让给对手了。果然，欧阳锋只需稍作改变，加强主动出击，便让帕斯卡感受到了前所未有的压制。要知道， 两位选手能够一同站在这擂台上，就足以表明他们的实力相差无几，更多的是在比拼选手之间的战术以及技巧。
There's a fifth one. Now turning back in from Pascal.
This is what I was saying about the pace of Wu Yangfeng. He sets the pace and he keeps it going. Pascal Schrutt is trying to unload with his combinations, his kicks, trying to keep things in his tempo. But the pace is all Feng right now.
Two very big middleweights here. Wu Yangfeng at 181 centimeters. 185 of Pascal Schrutt. We were mentioning yesterday.
此时，帕斯卡依旧对自己充满十足的信心，甚至还妄图在出招的缝隙间使出自己最为恐怖的高鞭腿去进攻欧阳锋。然而，下一刻他却被欧阳锋直接放倒在地。这一幕让帕斯卡深感不可思议，因为在他整个职业生涯中，还从未有人能够破解他这一招。裁判的反应亦是极为迅速，当场就直接对帕斯卡进行了点数扣除。不过，即便帕斯卡此时再不服气，事实也已然摆在这儿了。
Seems a count, says the referee. 4 Nichols, what for?
Yeah, well, you can see he did get up very quickly, but, you know, that was a flash down in the rules of K1.
Body shot from Wu Yangfeng. It hurt to the body. Shut off his right for the big hit. Here comes Wu Yangfeng. The body attacks. Shut off forced to cover up the head rock back. Wu Yangfeng in control, driving the traffic. Schrutt in trouble.
随着时间一分一秒的流逝，欧阳锋已然将场上局势完全掌控，并且占据着点数优势。然而，他始终秉持着中国选手最为优秀的一点，那就是无论自己的点数领先多少，都绝对不能轻视对手。相反，欧阳锋还在不断的寻觅机会，试图再次将对手击倒，从而获得更大的点数优势。
Schrutt taking enormous punishment here. Inside leg from the German. Another round for Wu Yangfeng. Has not made a mistake yet. You can see why, as Stuart said, he's fancied as one of the favourites. Late kick from Pascal Schrutt. Outside leg from Feng.
Combine 1 minute 10 seconds, 10.
Spinning back fist from Pascal.
Again, this.
Trying to raise his inner Akimov. Into round 2.
第3回合开始，经过前2个回合的较量，欧阳锋已完全适应了比赛节奏，在点数上也占据优势。只要他不被击倒读秒或直接 KO， 就有很大的获胜概率。此时，欧阳锋已习惯了帕斯卡的腿法。虽然帕斯卡在腿法方面十分强悍，在国际拳台上也创下了不少名场面，但在这场比赛中，欧阳锋毫不畏惧，甚至想在对手出腿的瞬间用组合连击将其攻势打回去。
Now in this third round, he really has to finish Feng in order to make this decisive.
Lovely uppercut and overhand right from Wu Yangfeng. How elated in that right hand is the Chinese fighter. He sets it again, backs off Schrutt. Body was looking for the head afterwards. On the front foot Feng.
Bravo, Pascal.
Pascal sitting down on that right.
Whoa!
2 minutes remaining for the German to try and turn this fight in his favour. Uppercut again from Wu Yangfeng. Corner begging for the knees from Pascal.
时间缓缓流逝，此刻场上的节奏已基本定型，而帕斯卡此时的体能状态显然出现了问题，因为他在前2个回合中腿法的使用频率着实过高，这对体能的要求是相当大的。比赛越是向后拖延，对欧阳锋而言就越具优势，并且当与欧阳锋正面硬刚时，只要帕斯卡感觉情况不对，他就有搂抱的迹象，试图通过这种方式来防止自己被击倒。
Your corner believe in the process.
Body again from Wu Yangfeng, kicks the back leg. Stumble there from Schrutt. Time ticking down for Pascal. Step through knee off the right, the corner want more knees. They're imploring him, saying, please, Pascal, you're a Muay Thai fighter, Yangfeng. Getting back fist is called for, came agonisingly close. He listens to everything his corner says, Pascal Schrutt, but it's just not working for him.
Wu Yangfeng is showing no signs of slowing down.
Ouyang Feng is going to win this one.
最终，比赛终于落下了帷幕。欧阳锋果然没有辜负大家的期望，成功斩获了这场比赛的胜利，并且凭借自身的实力，有力地证明了中国功夫在世界擂台上的地位绝对不容小觑。那么，你觉得欧阳锋的表现究竟如何呢？欢迎在评论区留言，我们下期再会。